Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's computing classes. Today we'll be discussing a very interesting topic in computing. Before that, let's consider this scenario. SHS2 student was asked to compute the average of the numbers from 1 to n. And this is how the solution was presented. Now, we are asking, is there a simple way to present this same solution? Yes, with the help of flowcharts. Now let's look at flowcharts. It's presented in a very simple way, having only about 5 steps. Then you end the whole process, making it 6. In this section, we shall look into the concept of flowcharts. Before that, let's look at the objectives. By the end of this course, you will understand the concept of flowcharts. You understand some factors to consider when creating a flowchart or choosing a flowchart, and how to create or use flowcharts. Did you know school placement system uses flowchart too? You shall answer this question at the end of the lesson. Did you know that in schools flowcharts are used there too? Okay, let's take this scenario at your right. Am I admitted to number 1 high school? Start. Input total score. If total score is greater than 800, then yes, admitted to number 1 high school. No, not admitted to number 1 high school. And it ends over there. Now, what flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of sequence of logical steps of a program. So this is it. And we say that flowchart provides an easy, clear way to see which pieces of code follow the various programming structures that all programs are constructed from. Now let's look at some software or some applications that we can use to create flowcharts. 1, we have the Click app, we have the Miro, we have the Canva, we have the Smart Draw, the Concept Draw, Draw.io, Google Docs, and Credly. What are some of the factors to consider in constructing flowcharts? These factors below ensure that the flowcharts are clear, effective, and easy to understand. Thinking through the problem solution step by step, that is the purpose and the goals, symbols, notation, flow, and direction, and etc. Number 2, we also analyze specifications in terms of the required inputs, the output desired, the operations and the procedure required. Number 3, clarify the problem by having a narrative definition of the problem definition. Now, they are graphic symbols used to specify arithmetic operations and relations condition. Let's explore them. Flowchart symbols. Basically, we have these 5 symbols, basic symbols in flowchart. We have the first one to be start or end, that is in an oval shape. The second one is the arrows. Their functions are there. It's a line is a connector that shows relationship between representative shapes. We have the input and the output, that is a parallelogram, represent input and output. We have process, a rectangle represents a process. And we have decision, a diamond indicates a decision. Now, let's create a flowchart step by step by watching this video.
Next, we have the connecting lines of flow lines. Next, we need to define the process. The process is that alarm rings. Now, we'll have a decision box. Are we ready to get up? So we'll have two options, yes or no. So if it is no, that you are not ready, then probably you will hit the snooze button. But if you are ready, then are you ready for office? Yes, then probably go to bathroom, then take a shower and dress up for office. But what if you are not ready for office? Then we'll have another decision, like is it a holiday? Is it a weekend? If answer is yes, then enjoy your holiday. But if it is no, then probably we must be going late to the office. This way we will close our loop with another terminal. Let's stop. This is a very
another example of a flowchart that shows if a bulb is working in our house or not. So we have stats. The start, we go to bulb does not work. If bulb does not work, there is going to be a decision. Then bulb switch plugged in. If no, plug in the switch. If yes, is bulb burnt? Yes. If yes, get a new bulb. If no, check the electrical connection. Does new bulb work? If no, check the electrical connection. If yes, we end. Do you know that flowchart comes in various types, each serving different purpose and suited for specific application? Now let's look at them. The first one has to do with process flowcharts. Illustrate the sequential steps and decision in the process. That is an example of it. Yes. So this one, a process customer payments, as you can see. And they use a credit card to process the customer payment. Let's look at the second one. The second one too also is data flowcharts. Focus on flow of data through a system rather than the process itself. So this one too is there. How data is how data flow from one end to another. Divide the flowchart into lanes and columns, each representing different department, role, and participants in the process. So as you can see that this has been divided into lanes. So we have the advisor, the registration, the administration, and the students. We also have the workflow diagram, which also talks about map out the sequence of tasks or activity in a workplace. So this workplace has been mapped out. We have each staffing department. We also have the HR department. We have the general manager. We have the HR department. Each of them has a different task that they perform. We also have the algorithm flowcharts. That one represents algorithm or mathematical computation. So as you can see from the scenario we had earlier, this is a mathematical representation that we can use algorithm flowchart. We also have the next one, which is decision flowcharts. And this one focus on decision point within the process and outcome of this decision. So this one is a decision. The outcome depends on the decision. The first one is process documentation, problem solving, training and education, project planning, decision making, software development. Now the next one, we shall look at the benefit of flowcharts. The benefit of flowcharts: enhanced clarity and understanding, improved process documentation, effective problem solving, better process management, facilitate communication, streamline training and onboarding, support for quality control, aid in software development. Now let's take some short quiz. The first one: which symbol in the flowchart represents decision making? Yes. The answer is diamond. Correct. Now the next question: what does the parallelogram symbol in flowchart denotes? Start or end? process, decision, and the answer is what? Inputs and output. The last question, which of the following is not an advantage of using flowchart? Better communication, efficient coding, systematic testing, and the answer is what? Improper documentation. Now, so we use this information to create a flowchart.